welcome back to another episode of the True Facts Podcast. I am Roman.
I am Ahmed.
And we have a relatively chill episode of the True Facts Podcast, and we're just going to be talking about what we've done over Christmas break and tell us our stories and pretty much just what we've been doing to keep ourselves busy over these past couple weeks. Ahmed, did you enjoy your Christmas?
No.
Why?
I had a fever of 102.
Okay, well, we're not talking about the fact that you were sick or I was sick and all of our friends and family were sick. Quite an unfortunate event happened. Christmas Eve, we all got together as friends, and I'm not really sure how exactly it happened. There was one oddball person there for the first time. Well, there's two oddball people, so it could have been either or. But somehow, in some way, at some point, we had all tested positive for COVID. Yeah. So that means we've been pretty much stuck at home doing nothing for like 2 weeks. Well, it's only been like a week now, right? I mean, but it's been very joyous. I've had all this time off of work, and I have like the next week off of work, which is wonderful. I haven't had this much time off in like 3 years, and I feel fantastic. I mean, how you feeling now that you're not really sick? None of us are sick anymore, but how you feeling?
Oh, I'm getting back on the horse. I wanna go to stores. I wanna visit my family.
You see your family every day, don't you?
No, I didn't see my niece and nephew in a while, or my other two nephews,
right?
Or my other nephew.
Yeah, I've just been stuck at home seeing the same fucking people every day. No, but they don't even like react how I thought they would react. I'm like, oh yeah, I have COVID and I got it from my friend. They're like, oh, okay. And it's like, I would think they would have reacted more, but like we all still went out and like went to stores and stuff. I mean, I didn't go anywhere.
What?
Think I stood like they went to stores, but they're like, well, we just have to wait and see. We can't just halt our lives. I'm like, what? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it's fine if they didn't know. It's fine.
They did know. I'm like, I tested positive. You know,
well, help me out here. You're gonna get the liberals mad at us, and now
it's
we
not my fault. And
out.
I was like, I did go to one place the day I think. When did I get tested? Ahmed, do you remember? I think
the 27th or the 28th.
Yeah, it was after Christmas. So I think it was like on like a. No, I got tested last Tuesday, which was
so that would be the 27th.
27th. And I think the day before I went to Wingstop. You know, I've probably been to Wingstop more in the past week than I have ever. And I'm really enjoying Wingstop. Do you enjoy Wingstop?
Is it a new Wingstop?
No, it's just Wingstop.
Alright. Why are you driving all the way there for food?
Well, because I don't want to eat shit. There's nothing at home. Like, I already ate all my Christmas candy. And, like, I didn't get much of it. And I've been eating just, like, junk. And then I'm like, well, I want wings. You know, I want something, like...
I've been eating a lot of carbs.
Greasy. Yeah, I've been eating really terribly. In fact, I have food in the oven as we speak.
Damn.
My mom, for Christmas, always makes these things called spinach triangles. And, like, essentially, it's just, like... spinach, feta cheese, and like a bunch of other shit wrapped around in like this thin dough and like stuffed in like butter. I don't even know, but
that sounds like spanakopita.
It might. Honestly, it's technically spinach pie. It's like Greek food, but it's just like a different shape. And I hope they're not burning right now. That would suck. But they're really good. Anyway, so that's what I've been eating almost like every other day.
I've been ordering out a lot too, but not any specific place, only like small places.
Like McDonald's and shit?
If I say the names are way too specific.
What? Who's gonna care? What is it? It's like...
it was fucking... This one place I never tried. No, actually, no. Me and Nate there once.
Oh, I have to believe that name.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
fuck.
Right. That's alright. Don't worry about it.
That one place, I can't say the mile, but I love it there. Then I was hungry at 3 a.m. I was hanging out with our other friend, and his girlfriend was online. I shouldn't phrase it like that. I was hanging out with them. And fucking, I was hungry at 3 a.m. and I didn't want to make food. Yeah. Then I fucking I looked for places, and there was only one place open that was delivering for free.
Wow.
I tipped them $1 for showing up.
You tipped them?
They got here so fast, man.
Ahmed, that's actually for our listeners. Ahmed is a menace to society. He never tips any like waitress like ever. I think he tipped one time, and it was like $1, and it was he's like, this is for the chef.
Yo, I tell him the P.F. Chang story.
You tell him this, not my story. You tell him.
And I was out with our two buddies. I just got a new job. Actually, I just got my first job, and I was fucking flush with cash. So I took everybody out to eat, because I'm just that kind of guy.
Right. Except me, I wasn't invited.
I don't know why. Where were you?
I don't know. It's whatever. No big deal.
I didn't even want to eat there, bro. I wanted the food court shit, but they said no, P.F. Chang's.
It's expensive.
Yes. I paid. Everybody got. I was the only one. I ordered like $10 worth of food, and they both ordered $30 each worth of shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. All right. So I took everyone out. We're eating. I'm enjoying my food because I'm an adult and I don't order random shit off the menu. The other two guys are just picking at it, and then they ask for to-go plates when I'm like halfway done with my meal.
Jesus.
Yeah. And the waitress, she was really nice. She was joking around. She was saying, she was like, "Oh, who's gonna pay it?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'll take care of it." And I pulled out my credit card. She's like, she gave me the receipt, but she didn't leave yet, like they usually do.
No.
And then I see the bill. You get me in trouble with our fans. They're gonna be mad at me. Adoring audience. I paid in card, so I had to write the tip out. I tipped her. I tipped her a total. This is the first time I ever tipped, mind you. I tipped her a total of $1.
No. 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 Poor
and
lady.
she was standing there. She grabbed the receipt and she looked at it and said, "Oh, is that all you're gonna give me?"
She said that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I said, I still thought we were joking around, and I said, "Oh yeah, for the Coke," because she refilled my Coke a bunch. Yeah, you guys thought it was for the chef for like the last 3 years.
For the Coke.
For the cook, for the chef.
The same thing, essentially.
I stick with it because it was funnier.
That's honestly awful. But I'm gonna be honest. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings probably like a month ago, and like the waitress was so awful. Like I always tip. Like no matter what. And it's like usually like I do like a $5 minimum kind of thing. Which is kind of, I feel like it's kind of a lot. I don't know.
Kind of a chump, yeah.
But this time, like, it was like she was just like not coming to our table, and we're like waiting for like an hour and a half. It wasn't even busy. Like Buffalo Wild Wings is usually like quite busy, but we're like one of like 10 people in there total. Like, we waited an hour and a half for our food, and me and our friend were like getting kind of pissed off, and we finally got our food, and it's cold. I'm like, okay, come on. Like, I usually don't like to be like a Karen about it. We didn't complain. We didn't send it back. But then after we were there for almost nearly 2 hours, we were like, okay, he's like, "Roman, how much you tipping? How much you tipping?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you how much I'm tipping." And I tipped like I think I tipped like 99 cents or something like that, like something like obscure. And I'm like, this is just pissing me off. Like, I spent like $20 on fucking garbage ass chicken nuggets, and I'm literally so pissed. And I've never done that before. I just kind of feel bad about it now because I know like they don't make much. Like, they don't make much just on their own without
That means
tips.
they should be shitty about it.
Essentially it's not really her fault. She can't control it. I feel terrible, honestly. I felt good and powerful walking out. I'm like, yeah, that bitch only got $1 from me. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I remember me not being able to make much. Like when we used to work at the pizza place, like I earned like $11 an hour, but like when we made tips, like we would split all that. You could make a good extra few hours. Like there was one day where there was a day where I was working alone, and I made like an extra like $50 just on tips. Like that's the whole extra 5 hours of work essentially.
What? So you're saying she deserved more money? What the fuck?
I mean,
You
I just feel
actually
bad.
work, Rome. You're a good employee.
I know, but it's not her fault. She can't speed the kitchen up herself. She just serves us. But like, I feel kind of bad that I tipped her like 99 cents. It's like it's not even a full dollar, you know.
I gotta start doing that. I'm tipping in cents now.
I remember there was one time where I owed one of our friends money, and it was like $15, for example, and I tipped him. I Zelled him, which is like a banking thing or whatever. Transfer money. I gave him
Zelle.
Well, not everyone knows what Zelle is.
You see, Zelle.
Yeah, this is actually our first sponsorship. No,
It's like a carrier pigeon, but digital.
For money, yeah. And I gave him $14.99. And he was so angry. He was so angry at me. I was like, what? I'm like, you never pay me back. And I'm giving you basically every penny here for 1 cent. So it was so funny, but
I sold him a cent afterwards.
I think I ended up selling him like a full dollar or something. Like a week later, I felt bad.
I use Zelle to send messages.
Yeah, you send me like every once in a while. Ahmed will just send me 55 cents. I don't know where, and he'll just say like "fuck you," and just like the rudest thing. But I'm like, hey, I'm 55 cents richer.
I'm better for it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear about this inflation shit? Alright, we gotta loop back to the tip story, but real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so they're saying everything's going up 11%, right?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't
Which
know.
is bullshit, because Dollar Tree is going up 10 cents, because I hate them. And, Little Caesars, they're making the hot and ready's 55 cents more. Which, is that 11%?
I have no idea. I saw the ad on TikTok that they were going to $5.55 for a hot and ready. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But I didn't know Dollar Tree was going up 10 cents. That's insane. Or is it 11 cents you said?
Yeah.
That's insane. They're the dollar store.
It's crazy. 5
What?
plus 11.
I can't afford that. You know, first it was Subway with their $5 footlong. Now you go there, you spend like $13 on the same shit you used to be able to get.
Alright, they're not charging 11%, they're charging less. And that $5 footlong thing was promotional.
Well, you can't just do that. That's what
It's
they're
not
known for.
It's not a promotion if you do it for 5 years straight.
They did it because I thought, as long as I could remember, it was $5 footlong. I thought that was just their thing. Like hot and ready's are $5, like $5 hot and ready.
Yeah. I don't know,
I hate
man.
companies, man. I don't want to eat now. You know, I don't want to eat anymore.
I'm used to fucking paying huge ass premiums by now, man.
I mean, I kind of, yeah. But as I've gotten a little bit older, like when I'm making my own money, and like I rely on it to like pay for shit, I'm like, I don't want to. If I can get a discount on something, I'm gonna go out of my way to search for like a 20% off coupon. Like before, I remember when I was a little bit younger, I'm like, well, if I'm gonna buy this pair of headphones, it's more of like a flex type thing. Like, oh yeah, I spent $300 on these headphones, or like I spent like $100 on these shoes. But, like if I can get $50 off anything, like I'll be the happiest I'll be all day. Like I don't know what it was.
I loved coupons when I was a kid too. They're great.
I didn't, because I'm like, if I can get them, it was cool, but like, I don't know why I just didn't think about it. And I didn't really care. It's like, I remember when I bought my first pair of AirPods, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to want these AirPods and I'm going to want to tell people I spent $180 on these fucking pieces of plastic. It was just all of a mindset. It wasn't that, because I guess I just didn't care about money. I didn't
When
care
you're a
about how much I was
kid,
spending. But
you're
now I'm like,
fucking-
I got the new AirPods. I'm like, oh yeah, I got like $40 off these headphones. And I used my employee discount and everything. And like that was more of a flex to me in my own head. Nobody actually gave a fuck. But it felt good to me knowing that I got these same headphones that everybody else got for less. And like I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what clicked in my brain other than the fact that I pay for my own stuff now, and I don't want to spend that much money on the same thing everybody else is getting.
It's a childish notion saying expensive is better.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get away from like main brand. I mean, I'm gonna like for technology. Generally, I feel like you want to stay more on brand. I mean, I don't know. I know we had a technology episode where you want to save money, but like.
I
But
run
for,
in
like,
those
yeah.
circles, man. I fucking know. Everything on my desk right now is off-brand.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on my desk right now that's like stuff I don't even know the name of. Like this charger I have sitting in front of me, it holds my AirPods, Apple Watch, and iPhone all in one, and it's like really small. It's like $10. Like I don't know the name of that brand, but I know Apple sells one too for like $100, and it does the same thing. But like,
Exactly, bro.
I mean, most of the stuff like I think it's more like not an OCD type thing, but like
Nah.
all my electronics here, if it's computer related, it's Corsair, or if it's like social media, phone type shit, it's all Apple.
Yeah,
Even my chargers are Apple because like I'll know like they made it, and it's probably best for that product, and now I'll buy it from them instead of anybody else.
that's not it, bro. You're stuck in those ecosystems. If you
I mean,
want
it's just
the
yeah.
best headphones for your phone, you need AirPods, or you need the AirPods Max or whatever.
But they make it like that for convenience, which I'm all about. I've always been about like convenience. And like the AirPods, you just flip open the case and they connect. You don't got to go to
man.
Bluetooth. The Apple Watch, you don't even need to connect it. It's always connected. I don't wear it.
Give
I
a
don't
man,
even. I barely ever wear it.
give a man good food and cheap entertainment. All his ambitions will leave.
I don't know, man. It's just I like that about Apple at least. Like I know they're way overpriced, like to the farthest extent. You know, I haven't gotten a new phone in a while. Like I'm not going to because like they don't change anything. Like the look of it looks slightly different.
Didn't you
but
just get the 13?
no, I was going to. Thank God I didn't though, because they're like, yeah, you trade in your phone, and it will give you like I think it was like $800 off, but it ended up being not that way. Where you need to like buy a new Wi-Fi thing, you know, some stupid small print thing that you needed to look at, and I ended up going to Verizon. And like, hey, you got to get this new data package. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, I have the phone here. Isn't this what it said? And they're like, no, sorry. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to get this phone. It's essentially the same thing with like 3 slightly larger cameras.
Dude, I told
So I'm
you
not
it
about to
was
do
a
that.
scam, man. Alright, so yeah, usually it's a scam if a carrier's trying to give you something and they're saying it's a deal.
Yeah. Kinda upset me.
Apple, yes. Apple and Corsair. Corsair not to, obviously not to the extent of Apple, but that's what they aspire to. They want you to get the keyboard and the monitor and the mouse pad and the headphones because they all talk to each other and all the lights line up and all you need is this one software to get it all to work.
Right.
Yeah, that's the same thing Apple does. Oh, you could get your watch and talk to your phone with iMessage. And you could talk to your speakers with Apple Home and yada yada yada. Since when I could do all that shit just as easily with my Redmi phone, my Soundcore headphones, my Red Dragon keyboard, my Pixio monitor. Alright?
I understand.
No, you don't, because you
I
still
don't.
buy Apple.
I'll still buy it, but I understand what you're talking about. I understand. I get that I don't need to have all the same product from the same company, but it makes me feel better. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't
You
know.
should feel worse. You're doing less work.
It just makes me feel more content than knowing that all my shit is the same brands. I don't know. It makes me feel clean. I don't know. I don't know.
You think I got a Leatherman on my desk? I got a Ozark Trail outdoor equipment here, bud.
Literally no idea what that is. I have no clue.
Multi-tool.
Oh, okay.
You think I got an Xbox controller on my desk? I got a wired controller for XB1. That's what I got.
I don't even have an Xbox controller on my desk.
Except for that controller over there. That's actually licensed by Nintendo. But it's made by PowerA. There's another controller I got. That's neither here nor there.
Isn't it's not Power Spec. It's
PowerA.
because like this is slightly off topic. Because you're talking about off-brand Nintendo controllers.
Yeah.
I remember I was buying my Nintendo Pro controller, but there was also other ones that they look like they're for the Switch, but they're by like Power Spec or something or
Yep. Nintendo licensed out to Hori and PowerA.
Power, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
So
why? I mean, because they looked cooler than the fucking.
They are cooler. I like them better.
They have cool designs and stuff.
Yeah.
But the other one doesn't, and it's like $50 more. I was like, well, this must be a reason. So I bought the more expensive one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Roman, what the fuck?
Whereas I'm like, well, this one vibrates and the other ones don't, and I don't even notice it.
Of course they vibrate.
The other ones, they apparently don't have like vibration.
HD
stuff in
Rumble.
it.
HD Rumble.
I was like, that's what the guy told me. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just bought the more expensive one.
What happened to saving money, man?
It still lasted for a while. But there's some stuff where I'm like, if I'm going to spend money on it, I want to know that it's like actually good and like not going to break.
That's
like,
why you look up reviews, man.
I don't trust reviews ever. Because I know there's false never ever, unless it's like something completely sketchy where it's like he shows a video about it. But if it's just like a written review, I almost never trust it.
Dude, I prefer written reviews on forums and shit.
It's just because you never know when a company is just gonna put false reviews on. That happens every time
constantly.
You look at it. They do that all the time. You never know if it's gonna be good, but the bad ones, you never know if it's just somebody talking shit for no reason.
I also think. Oh, so now you're not gonna gauge the opinion out there?
I never take unless it's somebody I know. Like that's why I come to you for a lot of stuff. Like, because you generally know a lot about technology, and if you say, "Oh yeah, that's a good brand," because I made a big purchase last month. I'm like, "Well, do you know anything about this brand or this brand?" I was sitting there with the guy at the counter. And he's like, "Oh, this one is better than this." I'm like, "Well, I don't trust you. I'm going to trust my friend more." So I don't trust even them, because I know they're just going to try and sell me something big. So I go to you for
big. My bad, Rome. You didn't make any big tech purchases in a while.
I don't need to. The last thing I bought was a computer, and I probably shouldn't have even bought that.
Computer, your Oculus. Oh, we gotta talk about VR, man.
Oh, God.
Shut up. We gotta talk about. You got an Oculus. You got a computer. We got those SDs for free.
What is that?
Not SSDs. Nah. Shut up, man. Help me out here. No, you didn't buy anything else expensive.
Not recently. There was a time where I spent a lot of money on technology when I didn't need to. Like, I think more than technology, I think games is one of those things where like we have so many of them, like countless amount of dollars spent on countless amount of games that we don't play.
Dude, my backlog is above 50.
I mean, because like Nintendo Switch, for example, like I bought so many, that I haven't even put in the console yet.
Dude, I beat one DLC on one game on the Switch so far.
I don't know why. Like, why do we do that? And like on the computer
Because we
too.
find good deals, man. I'm playing through it. I beat BioShock the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking during the last Steam summer sale. I didn't waste my $30.
I mean, because I know Epic Games, they did a sale, or not a sale, it's just like a holiday thing where every day they put out a new game. And is it what, like 12 games or something like that?
Yeah,
and I
12 days of
downloaded them all.
Christmas.
There's all these, like, some of them are great games, like Tomb Raider, I'm assuming, was free.
I like
And-
Loop Hero.
I didn't download any of them. I just add them to my library, you know. And what I ended up playing for a week straight was Fortnite. Every day, all day, and it got bad. Like, I was so angry at some points where I would like be pounding my hands against my desk and my hands would hurt. And I my hand is all cramped. My left hand is so cramped up from my WASD keys and like playing and like I would ruin my voice because of how much I would shout. Like, and I could have played any other game, but I spent money on that game during the week, probably like $30, probably
I
solid
never
$30.
did that. On a free-to-play game, I never spent a cent.
Yeah, well, because
Why the
I'm like, oh,
fuck?
there's Spider-Man's in there. Like, I want the skin. Like, that was my first thing. Where it's like, wait, I just want the skin, and that's it. But then I saw like cool emotes because our other friend bought the Thanos skin. And I'm like, well, I want more emotes so we can dance together. So I spent
You
like I didn't get
fucking
enough
child.
V-Bucks. Like I didn't get enough in like the $8 package. I'm like, well, I got to get another $8 so I can afford this dance and that dance. Because it was just for more of a laugh than me actually enjoying the game.
Look, my $8 are gone.
My
It's
$8
so
are
funny.
dancing in front of me on my screen. It was the biggest waste of money. I highly, highly regret it, but like I'm still gonna play every once in a while because like I got at some points I did decent, but not that because everybody on there's sweaty.
You're doing better than usual, man. Remember when we played Warzone for 2 years?
I never got a single win.
Oh
I
my
still
God.
to this day have not got a single win on Warzone. Never.
I'm good at Rebirth.
I don't even know what that is. See, I haven't opened the game in like a solid week, and we played one game with a couple other friends, and
True.
I just wasn't good. I'm not good at that game. I'm gonna be honest. I suck.
Why? You spent money on Warzone too, didn't you?
I think like $15 I spent on that game.
Good job.
Well, because it was again for a cosmetic thing.
I'm the
Because
only
everybody else
one.
had skins. I mean, I wanted to be a
I
part of it.
don't care, man. It costs money, bro.
I know, but because like if that game especially, we played for a long time. That's probably one of our longest running games we played.
Oh, yeah. I
And
gotta look
I'm
up
like-
how many hours I have on it.
And it's just like, if we're gonna be playing that, and everybody else also has skins, like I kind of just want to be a part of it. Like they all have their characters. Like there's like Jiggy. I'm not Jiggy. Like Jigsaw. That's what we call him. And then other friend was something, you know. And I wanted to be the cowboy. Like I just want that to be my character.
You
And
wanted a
so I bought it.
gimmick?
I wanted the thing, so I bought it. And you know, of course, after that, we didn't play for all that long. We got bored and irritated, and we switched to the next game, and then the next one, and so on and so forth. You know, but I think our problem is that we it's hard for us as a group to commit to a game. It's actually hard to find a game
Mm.
that like we all like. There just hasn't been anything really since basically since Among Us. We haven't played anything as a group.
Ding, 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 ding. See, I got the mobile version. I didn't want to pay $5 for the real one.
Yeah, it was like $3 or $5, something like that. But like, that was actually fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like when it was before we got cringy and everybody started to play it, it was actually kind of a fun game. Same thing with like Fall Guys, but something about that game it didn't last very long.
Well, yeah, I never got into that.
You didn't? I thought you played with us.
I played on our friend's account.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But
That's
yeah, we this week Ahmed and I started watching a show. Ahmed has already seen it, of course. Whatever. It's called The Boys. We still haven't finished it. We're like halfway through season 2, but it's really good. It's really gruesome. If you guys have ever watched it, you should definitely go and start it. It's fucking, if you like gore, which I thought I did, but now I don't know if I do, because it gets a little too extreme at some points for me.
This is out there, man.
I mean, like, there's I'm just gonna spoil one thing. Like, it kind of got to me. I don't know. I'm sure it's been out for long enough, right?
Yeah, just describe it.
Well, there was one thing we watched yesterday. It's kind of like a jump scare. It really got me for some reason. Well, there was two things. The first one was the lady who was just standing there. She got a bloody nose, and like all of a sudden her head just exploded. Like that just doesn't happen. It scared the shit out of me. Like I'm like, oh fuck, and then like that was honestly like terrifying. And then there was another scene where the guy's superpower is that he regenerates limbs, and so the guy like he paid to cut his arm, the other guy's arm off.
That got to you?
It's just like the way the knife was stuck in his arm between each hack.
Oh,
because he couldn't go through it all the way, and the blood was spattering. Like, just if you're gonna do gore, do it quick. And I like when a show doesn't have many boundaries like that with like things they say or do. But if they like latch onto like the gore for a long time, it kind of just makes me sick. It wants me. I really want it to go away fast, and like I don't want to have to turn my head away because I like to see what I'm looking at. And there was another scene where the Aquaman guy like takes his shirt off and he's got like disgusting gills and shit. And it's like kind of a sexual scene with another person, and she's like, "Let me put my fingers inside of your gills," and he's like, "It hurts." Like, she's like, the noise and everything that she's making with her fingers going in, it was absolutely like, I was distraught at the sound. It was like the worst thing, and I know you were not enjoying it either.
It was an ass joke too, not to mention.
It was?
She said, "Let me just put my pinky," and he said, "No."
It was so bad. Like I was like, oh my god, like because the color inside of it, like they did such a good.
Yeah.
I think the show does so good with visual effects. Like there was another scene where like they went through a whale, and like it was so disgusting. I can't even explain.
Its intestines was hanging off from the inside. Its heart was beating on the fucking wall.
He's just sitting in there like nothing's going on. I'm just gonna sit in here. The noises, they do such a fantastic job with that stuff.
I'm waiting for my second wind. And they're all, he's just making fun of him. He said, "Pinocchio doesn't want to leave the whale. Let's get out of here."
It's disgusting. I can't. Oh my goodness, man. I mean, I'm loving that show a lot. I can't wait to see how it ends. But
no, season 3, bro.
Like, yeah, it's honestly like refreshing because a lot of shows don't do that, or movies, they don't do that. Like you're basically seeing Superman do what he's what you would think he would be doing.
They're seeing you're seeing Superman do the way on people.
Except Superman's a fucking pervert where he like just drinks breast milk. It's like a weird obsession with breast milk, and like it's like a mommy deficiency basically.
How?
It's so bizarre. I'm not.
Stop giving away the goods.
People have seen it. They know it. If
bet.
not, I'm sorry, but like you're gonna see it anyway. If you go watch it, but I doubt you will. But it's so good. I recommend it. But I think this is a good place to end. Ahmed, do you have any closing comments here?
One second. Don't worry, folks. We're gonna get our second wind. Back to weekly posts. Back to shorter content. Back to longer content. We'll see.
Maybe we'll flex in and out of that because we only had like one episode that was like 20 minutes long.
Yes.
So it'd be weird to have this short of an episode, I think.
Oh, what's your recording at?
35 minutes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's not that short.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's cute. This is just like a comeback episode after our break. We just wanted to catch you guys up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you're listening. I'm assuming you are because you're loyal.
Yes.
But to end it on that, we hope to see you guys soon and that you enjoyed this, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Take care.